Hello everybody, this is Kristy and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you what you could do if you had an old vintage sewing box. Not a sewing box, I beg your pardon, a makeup box. And I have one here. Now this is a red one. I've had it for ages and I've been wanting to do something with it. So I'll tell you the process. I took the handles off and then I took the metal things off here. I got some gesso. Also, obviously, and inside, I took everything out and I let it air because it had a bit of a smell to it. So then I got that gesso and I painted the whole lot. I haven't painted the bottom because I'm not worried about that at the moment. And then what I did was I printed out some printouts, some digital printouts from Roxy Journal of Stitchery. And these are the by botanicals, I think. I'm not sure now. But look at those. I cut out the flowers from these pages. So these are her digitals, as you can see. I stuck them all down with Mod Podge glue and a paintbrush, obviously. And today I'm just going to try and finish doing this. And I thought about putting lace on it, but I'm not too sure. I'm thinking because it's got this little ridge thing here that sits in that, you see. So I wasn't sure if the lace was going to sit on there, but I could try. I just haven't had a look to see if I had any. So I've got this lace here. I might just go off camera for a minute or two. Oh, that's pretty. And have a look and see what I've got. So I'm about to finish off the leftover, like overnight, not leftover, but you want to, I need to get my footstool. You want to leave the glue to dry. So what have I done since? I have glued on around here and hopefully it's going to stay. I mean, it will stay, but what I mean, I don't know what I mean. What do I actually mean? I mean that it shuts the lid. It's not too bad. So it's not sticking. I made sure it dried very well. And so what I want to do is I put a new picture of Rachel's print, and I don't like the fact that it's straight down. So I found some prints. So I'm just going to maybe put a little bit in there to cut out the straightness of it all. I just seem to not get my words out lately because I'm just too excited to see what's going to happen with my project. So I hope you don't mind me doing this sort of thing. I do like to have a bit of mixture going on. I can't just stick to one thing. I love my embroidery, but you know, I do so much sometimes. I've just had enough. I need to do something else. Otherwise I just will burn out. And I don't know if you like this sort of thing, but I know some people do. Marion from Marion's World does this sort of thing, and everybody loves watching that. I'm not saying I'm copying her, but I've always loved doing this sort of thing. And I thought, well, maybe I can just record it with you. You might be inspired to make something of your own. So I just put glue down and then I stick it down, and I'm just using this Mod Podge glue from Spotlight in Australia, but I think it's an American glue, and it actually really works very well, and it comes with a lovely shine afterwards. And I've just got a board here. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but this cardboard, believe it or not, I nearly put that in my tea. After using the glue on and off so much, the cardboard's really shiny. So I think that will look good there. You can't see what I'm doing, but all I'm doing is I'm just gluing it down there. I'm just gluing it down there. I should just have a look in the video just to see where I am on the camera, because sometimes I set my video up and I don't really know where it's sitting. And I'll just bang the tape. Right. So I've got this tiny little, that's better. I like that better. My eyes aren't going straight to the lines, even though there are lines there. It's deciding to, you know, look at the whole thing and not just the bit where the lines are. Do I put that there or do I go down here? No, I'll go up here. Oh, there goes glue. Make sure that you I'll just put it on there. Make sure that you don't point your paintbrush in the wrong direction. So I'm just putting another piece, I'll show you in a minute, in the corner. So I've just put that one there in the corner and wrapped it over to the side. That probably needs a little bit of something there. I've used quite a bit. I've used a quarter of the glue pot. I don't, what's that word called? I'm not stingy on the glue, put it that way. All right. I did need something. I need to get a plate for my glue stick, but what I need to do is put something up there. Just to cover that little bit. So I'm just going to cut out this little bit here. The beauty about paper is you make a mistake or you don't like it, you just glue over the top. But you can do with fabric, but not on, depends on what you're doing with it. Right, I'll show you what I'm doing. I had a piece here which is a bit, it hasn't come down very well. And you can see the black under there. I don't like it. So I'm just sticking a bit of paper down. And you'll never know. Oh, now that one on the floor. I'm not doing very well today. I need to probably go and... Lucky that didn't go on my tea. I probably need to go and wipe that glue up off the floor. So I'm going to stop the video and just go and do that. Right. That's done, so that looks good. I like that. So what next? It is, I've heated this cup of tea up about 4 times. I'm just determined to drink it all and it's gone. Excuse me. Sometimes you just have to do that. All right, what am I up to? The inside. Now what I was thinking was wadding. I want to put wadding inside and fill this with fabric. So I've got lots of scraps of wadding. Oh, look at that. That one is perfect. So, do you know what? I'm not going to use this glue. I'm thinking I might use glue stick because I'm running out of room. I can lay it down like this and do glue. It's going all the way down to the bottom. Now there is big chunky bits of hot glue gun. I think that's why I wanted to, I'm just putting a bit of glue underneath the lip, but not above the lip. What I'm going to put in here is my crew wool, I think, in two different colours. I do have another one of these boxes left, a brown one. Now where did it go? Nope, here. So what have I been up to? Well, my father-in-law has had a knee operation, so I've had to be going around doing all sorts of things with him. And my sister-in-law needs help because she doesn't drive, and he's not driving because he's incapable of driving at the moment. And I need to put glue down the bottom. And so that's what I've been doing, as well as working, and my adult children sometimes need help and I'll always help them no matter what. So that's been happening. And sometimes you just can't get in here and do what I need to do. But I have been doing other things. I've got a project coming up, something you might be able to follow along if you want. It's a cottage, and I'm just in the process of putting the cottage together, or stitching the cottage. So maybe that's something you'll be interested in. I don't know when I'm going to get the video up, but it will come in the future. And I have another plan to do a calendar, a fabric calendar. So I need to organise the fabric calendar for that. But I'm waiting on some, oh that's nice, bits and pieces first. I'm just going to turn that around. I need to put glue on this side now. Now, if you're in the way, you'll just see the top half of my, what's it called? Makeup thingamybobby, the vintage makeup case. Well, I just try and put the glue. You'll be able to have a look at Rachel's fabrics on the top of the lid. Her digital fabric, not fabric, her digital prints. Some down there. Now you tend to use a bit of glue doing this, so be mindful that you got enough glue, because the last thing you want to do is not have it glued down. I'm going to stand up for a minute. That piece is too big. This piece might be okay, but I do have this piece here. Oh, and I have this one here. Actually, this one is better. So you need to cut the corners so the wadding sits down. I don't talk because I just was thinking what I was wanting to do, and sometimes my mouth just turns off and I forget that I need to tell you what I'm doing. So that's what happens with me sometimes. So this weekend, my daughter and I are going down to Bunbury to see the lovely Christine from Create and Craft with Christine. As if you've been watching her videos, she has been telling everybody about her fancy pants, and this video will probably go out after that, so she'll have been and gone and I would have seen her, but that's what's happening. Now this piece is a fairly large piece, so what I might do is I need to give it a chop. So I'm just going to be off camera just while I quickly chop some of the wadding off because it's just too big. Right. And you're probably not even seeing what I'm doing. So all I'm doing now is just sticking this back on. gluing it down, bringing that up slightly. The wadding, when I put it down on the bottom, will... Do I need to come up a little bit further? Cover the fabric. The wadding, the fabric will cover the wadding, that's what I should say. Sorry, I need to just turn this up the other way. Glue's working really well by sticking it down. That's fabulous. Now I need to cut down here. Just make sure I've got enough glue. There we are. We've stuck that down. My hands are black because I've been cooking with, I've been dyeing with mulberries. I've just put a Facebook, my Instagram, I've just put it up on my Instagram page. So that'll be different from when you see this video. I'm always talking but then I don't know when the video is going up. Okay. So what I can do is I'm just going to put bits and pieces on the bottom because I don't want to cut into something that's not cut. So this glue's nearly all gone. I'm going to try and, where's my scissors, because this will do, dig out. Don't know if you can dig out the glue that's been in here. There's a lot of glue left in that bottom. Look at all that glue. Yeah, so that's why my hands are a bit discoloured. Tiny little bit more. That's about all I can do, so that's going in the bin. I must say, I hate using glue stick because I like it, but I hate it in one way because it's just so much waste of plastic. That's why I don't mind the actual Mod Podge glue, because you can refill your container and you're not using it so much in the way of the environment. I was going to look up and see if I could make my own glue, to be honest. Maybe in the Christmas holidays when school's off. All right. So I'll put that there, get my scissors and cut just about there. I just eyeball it where I need to cut, and then I just focus on that point, and then I know where I need to cut. I just wanted a bit of softness on the bottom just to make it look nice, because I will put the fabric in and spray some adhesive on it, and then that you use for quilting, and then it will stay. I don't really want to put glue on it. Right, so this will go this side. I'll just make that round. I need to bring my, oh, that's next door, big noise. He's got his big skip bin. I've made, what did I make? I did some cooking. I amazing, but I made some lovely hazelnut biscuits, and it came from the book from the Australian Woman's Weekly, the old book. I had a white one, but it was my mum's. Oi! And I've kept that, but then I found another red one, and it's called Hazelnut Rosette or something in the biscuit thing. It's, oh, now I've mucked that up, haven't I? Get it off my finger. So yes, so a lady at the Embroideries Guild, the Quilting Guild I go to, she made them, and I asked her where she got the recipe from, and that's where she got it, and I had the book, so I was really happy. So this piece here will just be a little bit off the corner and across there. Can you hear the chook? Chooky chook chook. He's having a lovely time. Maybe one of the girls is going to lay an egg, because, believe it or not, there is a rooster. So that's quite nice. I'll just stretch that because I made it a little bit short. There we go. Okay. Cut this bit here. I just don't want it to be too chunky. Right, that'll do, or I'll be there all day with it. Okay, that's the inside. Now I've got sticky fingers, and I don't really like using the wet wipes. Where's the glue for this? Oh, inside. You're probably saying, it's inside. Yeah, I didn't see. Right, let's get all that out of there. I'm going to leave that and then concentrate now on the outside. So what I've got here is this lovely piece of fabric, and I want those there. This needs to go there, and this needs to go just there, and then I'm going to put some trim around the edge. So I need to figure out how far I want. I need to centralize the flowers, so if I just sort of go like that, make a crease in the center. I can always get that out, and then that will be my center piece. And what I might do is draw that there and draw that and bring that to about, I think, there. So I will draw a line there. This is a friction pen, so it's fine. And now what I need to do is draw there. Now I need to just come, I think there. I need to cut that bit out. If it doesn't work, I'll just fix it up. This won't be a drama. These things are here to trial us and be creative. Right. not too bad. I did a bit wide, but that's okay. Might just put some trim around it just to cover it up. So that's going to go all the way around to the back. And I might just cut off a little bit of about there. I'm going to fold this here. Don't throw these pieces away because you can dye them, or you can use them for tying up presents or anything like that. So that's to cut. Now I need to cut just a little bit of a triangle. So when that sits down, that just sort of goes like that. Or I'll just also trim the corners with some snips in it. Right. Yep, I definitely made that way too big. Not to worry, or I can just smoosh it in there if I wanted to, and I could just do that. There's always a way to fix something if it's not right. Hey, I don't know how long I've been on, so I probably need to check that too. So that goes there. Now I need to find the place where this mark is. About there, I think. Hopefully that's gone straight. I do hope that. So we will go there and mark the same spot and rip. I think there's somebody here. I'm just going to go and check. So what I've done, I've gone away and found fabric for the inside as well, and I've sewn a edging, a nice clean edging with the sewing machine. And then I thought about what I'm going to do, so I think I'm going to find my paintbrush. Oh, I've just realised what I'm doing with that crocheted stuff. So I'm going to run some glue along the top only. Should put my board down. Oh, I love the iron. Let's run some glue all the way along. Now it won't dry quick, so that's, oh, I can hear a fly. Hopefully he's outside. You might be able to smell the glue. He is, he's right there at the window, little bugger. It's a lovely day today. It is about 22 degrees, maybe. Let me see. There's my dad on the phone. A picture of my dad. Oh, it's 28. So lovely today. That would be the best if that was our summer, but it's not. So let's get the glue happening. So I do say that a lot, don't I? I have watched Sally from Dotty B on YouTube, and she has put up a lovely video, a new project, so I'm eager to get that started, but I just need to finish off some things first. So I'm going to put the corner, I'm going to leave that corner there, and I'm going to now glue this in place along that ridge, along this ridge here. So hopefully I've done a good job sewing it. It doesn't really matter, it's my thing, isn't it? Get all that glue fabric around. I hope you are inspired by doing something like this and never thought about it. I've had it in my mind for ages. I just haven't been able to execute it because I've had lots of other things go on in my life, and I just pushed myself and say, hey, just come on, let's just get things moving and do the things I want to do in making. I don't always want to cross stitch. I don't always want to do embroidery. I like to mix it up a little bit. So that's working really well. Oh, I love it. I'm hoping that it will stick. There's enough glue on there for it to stick. And I forgot to do something with that piece at the end. So where's my brush? I'm going to cheat. Get some glue. Fold over the edge. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do this, didn't I? I will finish that off on this side. Actually, that would be good. That can just stay there, can't it? Oops. Come on, up you get. Don't fall down. Oh, maybe I needed a bit of glue. Maybe I should have put some glue around the top, shouldn't I? That probably would have been a better idea. If I find it's going to come off, I'll just like that, move it. That fly's really annoying. And just pull it down a little bit and get some glue in there. I know I need to cut that bit of paper. You can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry about that. I need to cut this paper because it's not sitting in the on the wood. I have a roller. I probably need to get my roller out. Oh. What's happening is my hands are sticky as well, and it's pulling the fabric back off again. I do have a roller, but I don't think the roller's going to work. Same. It just wants to pull the fabric because the fabric is, there we go, a bit tight, I think, so it needs to be eased in around and stuck under the corner. So this is the fabric that has the selvage on it. I should have just gone around with the glue. Yeah, this fabric has the selvage on it, so I've decided to show the selvage, and then I'm going to glue that down. Let's put that up there. It's not going to hurt. I love mixing. I love doing this sort of thing. I'm really enjoying it. I love the last one I did, was that little box. Oh, look at that. There we go. Everything's tucked in. Everything should be glued. Now I've just got to snip into these. You can see where the corner is, and it just puckers up. So if you snip the, generally, as a rule, it'll lay a lot flatter. Excuse me while I might be in the way too with my arm. Now I've got to figure out a bottom fabric for the bottom. Do I do the same, or do I don't know if my head's in the way. Do I keep the same, or do I do something different? So what I need to do is maybe just need to do the tiniest little bit of gluing under there with my brush so it will stick down. And my hands are sticking to the fabric because now I'm thinking I might put a bit of cardboard down, but then I don't. Why did I put that down? I do not know. Decided maybe I need to do that. Oops, there we go. See, it needs to be stuck down with a bit of glue. It's sticking to my fingers. Maybe that's a good idea. Dampen it down with the glue and get rid of the threads. I'm just trying to get the thread off my finger. There we go. So if you want to do that too, yeah, that would be my suggestion. You can dampen it down with the glue. Okay. I do think I need to have a base on the bottom. Let me find my glue, because it's a bit pongy, this glue, so when it gets under your nose, it's like, ugh. Now, I had the black thing. Where that went, I do not know. All right, I'm going to go off for a minute and find what I need to find. I found some cardboard. I've stuck some white down, and I'm just about ready to stick the rest of the fabric down. Bit of extra glue on the corners. Gosh, you do go through a bit of glue when you're using that glue, don't you? Now I'll use the other glue, the Mod Podge glue, to stick it down in the thing. Now I do have some doilies, and I'm thinking I might put a doily over the top of it. So I'll see what it looks like first before I decide. Oh, wrong side. Oh, how does that look? Not too bad. To push a white cardboard, you can see the line. Should have put something over the top of that. But maybe if I do stick to the I was thinking of sticking one of these in. Is it this one here? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now I can't get the damn thing out. There we go. All right, I have to be careful because I just pulled out my thing. All right, I'll have to readjust my glue for the bottom of that. So I'm going to just go off camera, glue that down, fix the bottom of this, and I'll be back. So let's finish this off. I went outside at my next door neighbour and she's got this beautiful pansy, so I'm thinking I might glue that and put it in my thing. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to glue this down. This is not the one. See, there might be some other ones there that I might like. No, too big. No, that's the same one. That's too big. Here it is here. So the line won't matter now that I've got this on. So what I need to do is find the right way up. Right, so I'm going to put, oh, my brush has gone a bit hard, put some glue around this edge. Hope I'm going to like it. I think I like it. I think I do. I think I will. Stinks. Right, glue that down, and then what I will do is come along and put dobs of glue as well. Now you will need a bit of glue on there, and I'm going to stretch it like that, and I know what I'm going to do, turn it over. Now this is taking a bit of process to do, so don't think, unless you've got time, oops, that it won't be done. It won't get done in one day. You know, it's not a one-day thing unless you work on it for 24 hours. But you've got to let things dry. Oh, still didn't work. Just like I should probably do that, but I'm a bit impatient. There, that's it. So that's what I should have done in the beginning. Let's just fold it over, and I'm going to get some clips and clip it down in the place where the glue is underneath. And now I can do the other side. That was lucky. it a bit of a stretch and a fold over. So how are we all? I seem to have been head down and forgot to ask how you are. But then saying that, this is a different video from, you know, a different day. So I'm probably asking you how you are in the one video when I asked you at the beginning of the actual project. But that's okay. I don't want a big clip, I just want little clips, and then I've got some mini clips as well. That's good. There, I can just tack some glue down after that. So now I'm going to do the sides. So what I might do is put some glue on there. And what that will do is open up, when I stretch the crocheted thing, it will open up all the holes. See that? Yeah, that looks good. See, when I stretch it up, it opens up all those holes there. I do like that. Hopefully it won't take too long to dry. Bit of glue here. Most definitely need 2 clips on each corner. All right, look at that, that looks so good. Right, let's leave that to dry somewhere. Just leave it there. Right, I've got my little flower. So what I need to do is clip the back. Press it down. I've just realised I've got sticky fingers. Right, where shall we put this? I could even stick it on here. Let's see how this goes. I don't know, but I'm just about ready to find out. That little hole there, that there can go in that little hole, so I'll press it down. Oh, let's try not to disturb the leaves and get them off. Right. Okay, there's one pansy. I might go and get another pansy. I'll be back. Back with the other flower. So there it is there. I just went over there, over next door, and asked him if I could have another flower. So just putting a little bit of glue on those edges, and I'll have to clamp it down. Oops, better not get the thing over my paintbrush over my flower. Actually, I don't know if I put glue there or not, did I? Yeah. These clips are great. Really work a treat. Now what I might do is go along and see if that will work. Just do a bit of dabbing. I should have done that before, to stick it down. Right, I'm just going to leave that because I don't want to disturb my flowers. I don't actually know how it's going to work. Okay, well, I think that will do for now. I'll just pop that in there so it will dry. And this might be I'll probably have one more video to do and that will be finished. Thanks very much. The other piece is still drying. I'm letting it dry before I pop it in. So this will be the last video, so I will concentrate on the outer edge. I can hear that naughty fly. Okay. I did iron it and now it's all gone creased. What I need to do, I was just thinking, I think I need to cut this down a little bit more. Still needs to come down slightly. I think there's a line there already. See, there's a line there. I think that's where I creased it, but the rip has just ripped it a little bit different. When I ripped it, I mean, hasn't ripped it in the place where I want it. That fly is really annoying. I'm going to have to probably get up in a minute and sort him out. Do you know what? I still need to come down, so I'm going to fold it in half like that, and chop it this way so I get both even on both the same on the side. Oh, that's not the same. Great. That's a bit better. That's what I want. Perfect. Okay, so now is the time to glue it on, and I'm going to use, excuse me, I just need to bend down. Oh, there's my little penny girl. I'm going to use Blue Magic because that means I know where I'm going to be. Now I've drawn a line on there. I'm just rubbing that off with, right. Now, I know Corinne's done something similar to this from To Be Loved Treasures, but she did a box. So I'm hoping this technique will be the same. I'm just coming around the sides, so don't worry if you can't see. You probably can't see because I'm not in focus, in view. So I'm just rubbing the glue all the way over. And the blue's very, you've probably known, but the blue's good idea because you can see where you've been. Especially when you need to glue a big piece of fabric down. But if I just try and glue it all in one go, I can get it down better. And I think going just backwards and forwards is better in the long run instead of round and round in circles. Now it's starting to dry, so I do have to hurry up because it's going white. All right. Pressing down hard, so I at least try and get rid of all the bubbles. Oh, excuse my dog. Right, I'll have to go and attend to that. That would be my husband. He's come home from work. I can hear the car. So I will continue on with this and I will be back. So here I am on the last part of the video and hopefully I can make it fairly quick. So what am I up to? I've glued everything on. I've glued the bottom, which probably needs a little bit more coaxing to fix the edges of it. It's a bit scratched at the bottom, but I'm not really too bothered. I'll probably just give it a clean up. So what do I need to do? Close the lid. The lid does close. I will shine that up with some gold texture. And I'm thinking I need to glue that down there and just put a little bit of lace around the seams of the box. The makeup case. Now don't forget this is blue glue and it will dry clear. I should have put a bit more glue there because it's a bit puffy. I can always peel that back and do it again. Right, I have a box of lace. Let's swap over. Now it's not a complete white lace. Oh, look at this. Got to find the end. That didn't work. Oh, maybe there is no end. No, there's not. It's just one big round thing. Okay, so we will cut one edge off. The only problem is with that is it's you don't want it to go sideways. So let's just put that to one side. I can roll it up. Oh, I cut my finger on what did I cut my finger on? The knife, because I wasn't concentrating. Now I think these are all strips of lace. I don't think this is the sort of thing I want, unless I try and find some doilies. So there's another beautiful pretty lace, but You just can't have it so, oh, excuse me, sideways. That's the sort of thing you want. No, what I'll do is stop the video and see what I can find in the cupboard with my other laces. So here it is finished. This afternoon I just decided to just continue on with it, and while I was in the mood, so I'll just show you the results. So this is the lid. I managed to paint with some gold paint pen for the clasp. I didn't do the I didn't do that bit. I just wanted to make it look nice. So that's the front, and then I just stuck on these. I just need to put a bit more glue there. It doesn't matter how much glue you put on, it will just dry clear. And turn it around to the back. Oh, I was going to put some, oh, silly Billy. Let's do that now. I needed to put a little bit of stuff there at the bottom. I think I might just continue that on through there and cut that bottom bit out. Now this has come from some doily. I don't know what this is called, I just can't remember. So I've cut it all up and used nearly most of it. Now what I do is I just cut that and then join that there. And just come in there. So, and I always keep, even if it's that tiny little bit, I always keep them, because you never know where you might just want to put something. I don't keep these bits at all, but certainly keep that little bit. Now just get my glue. Now it looks a lot, but that's what you need. Actually, that might be just a little bit too much. Stick that on. So yes, just a bit of doily along through there. That's the other side, and a background to the front. Now inside, so open up the clasp. I can't remember it's not called a buckle, I know that. I just can't remember. And so in we go, and this is what I've got. All my crew wool. So I'll take all these colours out and I'll show you the bottom. And so the bottom is a doily with some dried flowers from a neighbour, and I just glued them. There we go. I just glued them with glue. And they're stuck there. And then that was the inside of the lid. I'll move it back out again. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. I've really enjoyed doing this one, and I have one more to do. Let's put all this back in. I love seeing these colours. till they're dry. And my other one, I have another one here. I've got this brown one, so I'm going to do exactly the same to this one. I don't know if I'll put it on camera. I might just put it up on my Instagram page when I finished. And it's going to hold all the greens and the browns and the blues and the oranges and the yellows in here as well. But it's not as tall, so we'll see how we go. But it does have a very thick body lid on it, so you might be able to get it a little bit higher and then obviously shut the lid. So that's all, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for coming along and watching it, and I hope I've inspired you to make something, whether it be a vintage case or a box with a lid, and using paper for collaging and fabrics. And that's what I also forgot to say. These are Rachel's digital prints from her Etsy shop. Thanks, Rachel.